I'm going to uh, a deadlift contest or meet.
Are
Um,
you gonna
m-
participate?
my mother-in-law, my children's grandmother,
Has she just
Emily's
been
mom,
lifting?
is competing in a deadlift meet, I guess is what you'd call it.
Go,
She's
girl.
70, I think. This beautiful little
Man,
lady.
I love it.
And she can, last I knew, she could deadlift 150 pounds. So yeah, she's been,
That's awesome. Do they do
and
it by
it was just,
like age class or is it by
yeah,
like,
yeah. So
yeah.
she's like in this team of like, I think two or three other women. They call themselves the Hercules
Yeah, I love that.
team or something like that.
I love it. I really
Yeah.
love it.
So we're going to do that today. Welcome to Friends on Purpose
Where two friends talk about life, love,
and finding purpose. I don't see filters.
maybe you just look that good, you know? Oh, look, see, now I'm in studio light and it looks kind of the same.
I like the studio light. Oh no,
Yeah.
see that's with
Oh,
studio light off. None of
I
my
like,
things are on,
okay.
but I don't see a
Portrait.
spot
Yeah. For wrinkle smoothing.
for wrinkle smoothing.
I guess it's just like your camera tells no lies. This is what you really look like.
That's what I'm saying.
Your mirror is out to get you.
Which is a perfect segue into what we're going to talk today, how we perceive things.
It really is. It really is.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
does that
Should
mean we
we
should
get
get
into it?
started?
Yeah, I think we should. It's
um,
nuts.
yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's just jump right in. So I have a few different games I want to play with you.
Games.
Yeah, yeah, sort of.
I
So
love a game.
we're just going to jump right into it. Okay. So close
Okay.
your eyes.
Mm.
All right. I want you to imagine an apple.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't overthink it. Just
Okay.
picture it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Open your eyes. What did you see? Describe it to me.
There were three things I saw.
Okay.
The first one is like my most recent Apple experience. And I pictured me grabbing an apple at the cafeteria at school. And the first thing I noticed was a little pockmark on it, like a little rotten spot. And I, in my head, was like, ugh, that's fine. So that's what first flashed in. And then I was like, focus, Harvey. And I pictured like an art apple, like I was looking at a painting of an apple. And so, like, very like still lifey. I could see all of the like different colors on it and the
Okay.
where the light was coming from. And in my head, I was like, that's not what he meant. Focus, Harvey. So then I pictured an apple just sitting on the desk in front of me. And I was just looking at, like, is that a realistic apple? Like, what kind, do I know what kind of apple that is? Like, is that a
Hmm.
Empire? Is that a Gala? Is that a Honeycrisp? So I was just looking at some of the details of it. And then you told me to open my eyes.
Yeah. So all in just a matter of seconds, right?
Yeah, because I was afraid I was doing it wrong. And as my Enneagram
Right.
3 wants me, I want you to value me and tell me I'm doing it right.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
And
Oh, good.
I think what we've determined is that you have a average functioning imagination. And so what I've learned recently, I just listened to a Radio Lab episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
But they're talking about, they have an episode about aphantasia.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so some people can't visualize things like that in their brain. So they actually, and it's usually they don't discover until like later in their life that when people say, picture this, try to imagine, and they're not realizing that people are actually visualizing things in their mind. Like they
But
can
they
see,
don't, they're just like, okay.
it's like the spreadsheet version of, the Mona Lisa, or it's like,
Yeah.
and then there's like this spectrum of like how to what degree people can imagine things in their
Yeah.
minds.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of really interesting to me because I'm reading the holographic universe. Yeah. And
And
reading. I'm listening to the
yeah, listening or
holographic.
listening to for sure.
Um,
It's hard. It would be hard for me to read, and I'm like a
it
very
was the
good
first two
reader.
chapters were like, I don't know if
Dense.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
But it's finally getting it a little bit away from the science of it and more into like the psychology and
Yes.
they kind of like,
Well, they like needed to give you a framework and a foundation
yeah,
before you could
yeah.
really explore.
Right. And so I got to the part where he talks about um, synchronicities,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Very Jungian, right? But
Yes.
he was like,
Yep.
okay, so Jung was tapping into this, but here's what we think is
Mm-hmm.
actually happening. And you're like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, so yeah, it was just kind of like reminding me of like how well that Radiolab episode and like how we
yeah,
perceive things and
yeah.
like he's describing it and I'm like, oh well, like a Christian would call it this,
Mm-hmm.
other people would call it a coincidence,
Mm-hmm.
or God, or
Mm-hmm.
you know and so it's funny how everyone has like their own explanation or their own description for the degree of which they've experienced these things. Because some of them are just like, you know, coincidences, like presumably coincidences, right? So, like, your friend buys a new red car and all of a sudden you see that car everywhere,
Everywhere.
not their car,
Yeah.
but that model, like
Yeah.
everywhere. All of a
Yeah.
sudden it
A
sticks
red
out,
car. Yeah.
Yeah. And, and, yeah, I don't know. It's just,
But here's the like thing I kept thinking about was when it's like, if my Christian Catholic friend was like, oh my gosh, my mom's pancreatic cancer is totally gone. It's a miracle.
mhm, right.
Jesus saved her. I'm like,
Healed her.
that's not fucking true. But then if you describe that like enough mental energy and like enough people were blah 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 and you changed the
Hmm.
outcome of the predictable, I'm like, totally makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is it that, like, okay, so obviously my bias is that I'm like, there is no big
Huh.
man sitting in the cloud playing chess with our lives. But then if
Right.
you put it into a different context, I
You're
can
like,
totally
well,
accept it.
maybe
And I'm
there
like,
is.
yeah, right,
It's
exactly.
like,
So I thought that's very interesting.
yeah, yeah, and it's just I don't know. It kind of like opens up this whole idea of like how we experience things.
Totally. Totally. Have
Um,
you probably haven't gotten to the point where they talk about some documented like time jumps. Have you gotten there yet?
no, no, I haven't.
Oh, I can't wait.
Don't.
I can't
But the
wait.
synchronicities thing was really astounding because it was more than just a coincidence. Like the examples. I think. I think there was like some session, some therapy session. This woman found herself, and she had dreamed about um, this bird. And we're gonna have to get into dreams too. Maybe that's next episode.
Oh,
But
I'm ready.
she dreamed about this bird, which was, I think, maybe like a rare bird or something. And then while she's telling,
Yeah, they
um,
had sessions that they were chronicling
yeah,
these things,
yeah,
so they were trying
that
to
bird
collect.
shows up on the windowsill, and he lets it in, and it just flies around and perches there while they have the session. And she's like
There's like,
a
there's no
believer
way.
now,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah, I told you about our experience in the woods
no,
when my
remind me.
partner asked for a sign. Yeah, when I was meeting with the medium, and then my
Yeah,
partner met with the medium, and she was
you
kind
didn't
of
tell
like,
me that.
oh yeah, she met with the medium too, and she
Oh
was
my
kind of like,
gosh.
I don't know about this. And the medium was kind of like, I can tell that you're, not really like this is might not be landing. That's okay. She's like, all I want you to do is like, she goes, go to your stump. Eric, do you have a stump?
No,
I do not either.
but the concept of having something like
No,
that.
my partner has a stump.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. And
Oh,
the medium had just kind of she was like, all right, so just go into the woods, go to your stump. It's here on our property. I can like practically see it. And go and ask for a sign.
did not tell
And
me this.
oh my God, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. And she was like, go and ask for a sign. So, my partner's like, after the session, it's just like kind of was just like, I don't know, it's kind of emotional. And everyone's just like, I don't know if that worked. But she
Hmm.
went out there, she took the dogs out, and she went and asked for a sign. She sat on the stump, her stump, and was just quiet for a while and asked to see something very specific. And she asked to see a juvenile bald eagle sitting on a branch.
She's a bird nerd.
She is a bird nerd, as we all know. She's a bird nerd. So she sat there for a while and like I mean like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes, like kind of enough so that, when you enter into the woods, everything gets kind of artificially quiet and everything is still because you're
Hmm.
disrupting in there. So everything kind of settled again and everyone was going about their own business. And the bird started like calling and kind of scriffling around, and she was like, "That's weird." And she noticed that there was a lot of activity near, right, like a mini pine stand in front of her. Like these white pines were really small and young. And she looked in there and she saw a saw-whet owl. And a saw-whet owl is very, very rare to see. They're very reclusive. They're about 6 inches tall. They're really little.
Hmm.
And the birds
Hmm.
were reacting to that. And so she thought, maybe that was my sign. She looked at it, she took some pictures. She was just like, wow, that's so beautiful. And she was really moved by it. And she turned around and on a branch in her foreground, like 15
Wow.
feet away, about 8 feet up, was the exact image that she had in her head. It was a juvenile bald eagle. And
Wow.
she was like, and so, okay, we live in Maine. There's bald eagles for sure. But I can't think of a time I've ever been like, man, I wish I could see a, red
Yeah.
F. I wish I could see a very special bird. And it's just like,
That's
so
crazy.
is
Yeah.
that a
That's a
coincidence?
synchronicity.
Is that a
Yeah.
synchronicity? Is it a sign? Like what?
Right. Well, like, yeah, what do you call it? But like
Yeah.
at this point, does it matter?
No.
Like, is it prophetic? Is it a sign?
Well, and
Is it,
we talked about it a lot because it was just like, in the holographic universe, or like quantum scientists would say, that just your intention or prayer or
uh,
meditation or what your
uh-huh.
intention toward something can impact quanta at the quantum level enough to like the observer effect, right? That like atoms behave differently when they are observed. So that speaks to something we
Right.
don't really understand, but that it's like once you direct your energy toward something, the odds change.
Yeah.
That there are infinite pathways before us, but that when you
That's
start
scientific.
intentionally, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You start
Wasn't it,
directing,
wasn't he, didn't he go as far as to say they exist only when we observe them?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's like gets into like Schrodinger's cat and like whatever.
Right.
And so it's
Right.
like so if that is true, once you start directing your energy toward a desire or a negative outcome, whatever you start directing your outcome to, the
Hmm.
odds shift and it becomes more likely, I'm not even going to say more likely than not. It's like just a little bit more likely that that outcome may happen. And so if you can imagine a world where everyone started putting their energy toward peace, ending
Uh-huh.
world hunger, whatever, like stuff can change, but you have to start practicing in your inside
Yeah.
world what it means for
Yeah.
you to start like shifting that energy. It's really, um,
Crazy.
really crazy.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah,
kind of exciting.
it is. Eric, there are three things I want to say in this immediate moment. I am so happy you're going on this journey because I'm only 6 months ahead of you, so we're in new territory here. I did
You,
this all this summer.
well, like I was sitting down at the dinner table last night and I was just like, do I need to schedule a session with Elaine Psychic? Like, I think I might need to do that. And after hearing about your partner's like, fuck, I
You're
gotta
like,
do
I
this.
really do. And just, I mean, like, it's like so interesting because it's like it doesn't end up feeling, well, for me, for whatever reason, a bunch of things like squiggled into place that I was like, wait, this feels really right. For my partner, she was like, I don't know, the whole thing was kind of weird, but that sign thing stuck with me. I sent my best friend uh Lizzie, she's lives in Nairobi in Kenya. She went and she kind of had a weird experience with her, and it didn't change her life. You know, like she was kind of like, I don't know. So I think we're all like, I definitely don't want to say that you're gonna go and be like everything makes sense, but you
No,
might.
yeah, but I might.
You have to direct your energy towards it and see what the odds shift.
Well,
Like,
I think what I like about it so much is it's like it makes me a believer again,
in
if
something bigger than
in
you.
something, yeah,
Yeah.
and it makes me feel not that I'm looking for some sort of redemption or validation or repair even, but like with as much of what I was taught about the prophetic, it was like, okay, so there is something to
Something.
that,
Totally.
definitely was exploited, uh, but there are other parts of it, parts that didn't have to do with my pastor, but more to do with um, other people that were close to me.
And the way of our world. And like
Hmm.
I found, I think I said this to you, like I found myself feeling really thankful for this journey this summer because it was like simultaneously a relief to remember that I don't have to know it all, and that even
Hmm.
that it's just like, oh yeah, you can, like, it's so much better for me personally to wander through the world asking questions of it instead of just like assuming I know, because you just
Yeah,
see so much more when you're
yeah,
asking
yeah.
for answers or asking for, wondering. So I love
Hmm.
that. And I love the like kind of, I don't know, the same way you feel it's like you open a door and there's a whole new world. Like if you start studying the stars or you start
Hmm.
studying mushrooms and
Hmm.
fungi, or, it's like you go deep into this thing that you're like, oh, I had no idea. And
Right.
how important it is to do that, but kind of like follow curiosity over and over again, because our greatest like leaps and understandings really happen when you take, I know that this thing works this way. I'm wondering about this thing. And then, like, a la how trees and fungal networks operate
Uh,
very similarly to like vascular or neural pathways. And like, when you kind of start exploring them in this new way, you're like, oh, it,
yeah.
it helps you just like 3x your.
Everything's yeah, everything's like related.
Yeah, right. We can't be looking at
Everything
everything in isolation. We have to
right.
it's like medicine. You go to the doctor and you're like, my elbow hurts, and they're like, okay, we'll treat your elbow, but really you have like a heart problem, and that's like pinching
Right.
something off your elbow.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
we look a little holistically at
Uh-huh.
ourselves as a
Uh-huh.
system. You can do the same thing for our world. Like we are
Yeah.
part of the whole.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, let's play another game.
Okay. Uh, the other game. Okay, so there's this I think there's a word for it, but I've misplaced it. Apparently, uh people see the calendar
Mhm.
in their heads in specific ways. It's like ordered in
Mm.
specific ways.
Mhm.
How would you describe how your calendar is ordered, just in how you kind of consciously visualize it?
Honestly, this is so embarrassing, but it's like it is. I'm just recalling my Google Calendar because, like, I put everything on my Google Calendar and I color code it. And so, like, I can right now call up like this month and into next month what's on that calendar in colors. And so, those categories, like, my partner and I have a shared calendar. There's my personal calendar, which is like doctors and car appointments. And then there's my work calendar in a different color overlaid. So I can like pretty much see my Google Calendar, and I could go
So it's
through
very so
very literal.
okay.
Like I am in my brain, if there's a fuzzy area, I'm trying to recall something that I've seen
So
already.
when you visualize the whole year, does
I
it start with
visualize
January?
it. Yep, I start with January, and it's like when I go into year mode on my Google
And
Calendar that
you
it's
go
like,
left to right.
yeah, January on the left, and then it goes February, March, and then you hard return, and then it goes
Okay. You
April on the
return at
left.
March. Uh-huh.
Yep, yep, and it's like April, May, June, hard
4 rows
return.
of 3.
Yep, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
See,
ending with December. Yeah.
mine is like Mine is like a J on its side.
Or like serpentine. It's like,
Sort of, yeah, but it's
yeah.
only one curve. So I go
Oh,
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and then September starts to take the
wait,
turn.
August.
Oh, August, September,
It starts to turn.
October. Then November is upside down, and December is so it's like goes like this. Yeah,
It's like a
that's how I
hairpin
like.
turn.
Yeah, that's how it's like a.
Do you know what's really interesting about that? There's this farm in New Hampshire that has this like abundance party every at the end of August, so like September, every year called the top of the Ferris wheel because the image is just like you're like do 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 do, and then it's like whew, you
Yeah.
start to go down again, and that's like right at that August September turn.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard people describing it as like kind of a pie shape, and they had
Yeah.
12 different sections like that.
Wow. Yeah.
And you know, so you have like quarters, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah, like that's like astrological kind of.
then I heard this guy, he's like, uh, I just read Project Hail Mary, and so I have all these Project Hail Mary stuff in my TikTok feed, right? I haven't seen the movie, so I'm trying to avoid it all because
Yeah, yeah.
I want it to all be survived. But anyway, he's like, you know, this got me thinking, contacting aliens, how do you explain things to them where they have zero context? He's like, and I was thinking about our calendar and why we start the year in the middle of the winter. And he's like, also, it's 365 days around the sun. He's like, you can multiply that by 28 and get 13.
So,
We
well,
should have
there was a
13
13th
months.
month. There was a
And
13th
then,
month.
right, there was. And
Yeah.
then he goes, and then he starts complaining about how, you know, September 9, October
Yeah, yeah.
8, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
December. Yeah. And he's like, that's stupid, you know, but
yeah.
obviously the evolution of the Gregorian calendar has, you know, it's like English. It's just like a weird
Right.
mashup of different stuff.
Yeah. It's like
But
actually just
he,
represents people's whims, not anything like logic
right,
anymore.
right, right. And he's like, but you know, he's like proposing to the world, you know, like we start January on the first day of spring
Oh
because
yeah.
that's when everything starts coming to life,
Right.
and then we end the year uh
In fall, like in
and
November.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
But it's like the equinox.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's following
Right.
the course of the seasons,
Right.
um with a even number of days in each month, you know,
Yeah.
so we're not
So I don't have
fluctuating
to
a
be
day or
like
two.
30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February.
It's like,
But if it's a
that
leap
makes
year,
sense. Because, like,
yeah,
what are you going to tell the alien? Well, we start here and there's no
we're like,
particular reason.
we're like, if you've observed us, how long? Because do you know Julius Caesar? How about Augustus? Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fascinating.
So it's funny that people
Yeah.
like have these weird, you know, like even my weird little J shape on
Yeah.
its side
Yeah.
is
Like, where'd
not
that
even
come
that
from?
unique to other theories that
What?
other
Oh,
visualizations that I've heard.
do
Like
you want to know something?
some people just have it like a vision board. Like,
Oh
oh
my
yeah,
God,
September's way over here,
non-linear.
and yeah, yeah. Like
Well, okay,
what?
so sometimes this is like where you get into like, you're like, wow, am I weird or is this normal? Sometimes when I'm thinking about like this May, I have a lot of travel coming up. Like I'm going to be away from home all but one weekend. And when I'm thinking about it, planning for it in my head, I have this image of like a me as a little game piece running along my Google Calendar. So I like run along to the weekend. And I'm like, okay, then I'm like, what did I'm doing work? And then I stop and I'm like, okay. And then I'm gone. And I come
Mhm.
back. I like prioritize when I'm at home. I'm not thinking about like my travel. I like think, okay, I'm gone and then I'm home. And I'm just like, it's like
Uh-huh.
chutes and ladders as I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
move along the calendar. And it's
That's
like,
such a great word.
like
Yeah.
why?
No, totally. I get that. I totally.
Like, why? It's it, like, do I think that because of the game's Shoots and Ladders? Was Shoots and Ladders just somebody who was like, this is what my brain does?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
No, that's interesting. I'm trying to think of like, because I'm going away this coming weekend, and I wonder. Yeah, I can't. I don't know that I've visualized that kind of
Yeah.
rhythm.
It's like only when I'm thinking about, like, I remember it happening a lot when I was traveling to Chicago and Vermont and like Maine. It was like I felt like I was constantly like
Hmm.
zipping along.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't happen in my day to day. Like if I'm home 4 weekends in a row, I'm never running along the calendar. But
Hmm.
it's like that's how my brain has been like, oh, you're busy.
I guess if I'm thinking about vacations that are far off, I do see them on that funky calendar in my brain. Like they're just kind
So
of
crazy. They're
like
plopped in there.
people like little pins on, there's like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Um,
the other game,
okay.
actually I have two more. We don't
Okay.
have to do them both, but and I wish we could get Emily on today, but
Where is
she
she? Oh,
worked a
she's
night
working.
shift last night, so
Oh, she's
she's sleeping.
sleeping.
Yeah. And then
She deserves that.
we have to run to the deadlift meet.
Right, right. You have a competition to be at.
Mhm, yeah. No, but numbers that carry colors and personalities.
Oh,
Do
like
you associate
synesthesia.
colors? Yeah.
Um, I guess,
Which is associating numbers or colors and personalities to numbers, or
yeah, I
just
mean, like I
certain
have
things
like
that.
feelings about certain numbers.
Mhm.
They give it, it's like severance. You're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah,
that number is icky.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, like
So
when they were describing that in Severance, I was kind of like, I could do that. That makes sense. Like
so
I would know if a number jumped up on the screen if I liked it or not.
so so seven. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Seven. What do you think about seven?
Uh,
What color is seven? I'll ask you that.
blue.
Okay. I would
It's
say
like a
red.
okay, interesting. Yeah, it's like blue.
Can you give it a gender?
It's a boy.
It's a girl. It's a
Interesting.
very uh
Are you about to say that you think seven is sexy?
no.
Okay.
No. 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 I was gonna say
Go on.
I was gonna say
Safe
cunty.
space. Seven is so uncunted. Really, she's just like she's sassy. No, Seven's a boy,
Yeah.
and he's like
Really?
honestly boring. He's so boring. But he
Huh.
thinks he's awesome.
Okay.
Like
Uh
why are we attaching who we don't like to Seven?
so
Okay.
number what would you say about, I'm trying to think of maybe a double. What would you say about 21?
Is 21 a prime number?
No.
Oh.
It's divisible by 3 and
Oh yeah,
7.
right. And seven.
7.
There's seven again.
It's related to
Oh.
7.
21. It's too high. Honestly, here's something I'm just realizing. I really only have strong feelings about like 1 through 15.
Okay.
Why 1 through 15? Because 14 is my favorite number.
You have a
I
favorite number.
I love 14 beyond words. And so I have to include I can't stop at 14 in terms of caring about numbers. So I have to go to 15. And I don't like 15 because she's next to 14. And 14 is my girl.
She's next to 14.
Yeah, she is. But like I feel much more strongly about like 1 through 10, or like 1 through 9. Like kind of like so then you probably, if I were really thinking about it, I would get into if I'm like, I love 2, I really love 2 a lot.
Hmm.
3 is like red or it's like a warm color, and I'm like,
3 is green.
oh wow.
3 is
And
green.
then
2 is red.
I think I'm more I tend toward liking even numbers more than odd numbers.
It's just funny that you're like, oh, like, what does
Well,
that
now
even
I'm like,
mean? Like,
I don't know. I just like,
why
yeah, I
is that?
have,
Like, but I'm with you. Like, oh my God,
yeah.
you think
Like,
7
wait a
is,
second, you
like,
like 9?
why does that mean anything to me? But
I don't
that's the funny
know.
thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
weird.
the other
Wait,
game,
do you have a favorite number?
um, I don't know that I have a favorite number. If I had to choose, it'd probably be 3. Yeah.
Can't believe you
What?
like 3. 3 is awful.
3 is everything. 3
3
is
is
like
disgusting.
whenever you're doing so. I use 3 all the time. 3
Mm.
is it's my
In
bud.
design principles, 3 is important. I
3
understand that, and
and in
I
writing and
respect
in,
and I respect that. I
3
respect
is
that.
like 3 points in a speech, you know,
Yeah.
three,
Yeah.
you know,
AI has really taken that to heart.
yeah. And so has the Oxford comma. Uh,
Right. So true. So true. It all comes back to that old bastard. Anyway,
so the,
I guess the question I have for you though is,
mhm.
um, because I can very clearly I like even numbers. Are you saying you prefer odds?
No, no, but even numbers are Spanish.
Hmm.
They speak
Feminine?
Spanish.
What?
Uh,
Wait, you
yeah.
mean in your mind, even
Uh-huh.
numbers, they're like,
They
"Hola,
have Spanish.
Eric."
Yeah, yeah, they have Spanish accents.
What? My numbers don't talk.
No, but if they did, they would have like a, you know, a Spanish accent.
Because it's obviously French. No.
It's probably some like old Sesame Street where, you know, the
Right.
number 4 was wearing a sombrero for no
Yeah.
reason, you know,
And you're
like they
like,
all had
"Got it."
personalities and yeah, yeah, locked
Yeah.
in.
Right. Those foam numbers.
Mhm. Today is
Whoa.
brought to you to, you know,
By the number 8.
brought to you by the number 8. Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hadn't thought about that in a minute. Okay, wow. Wow, what is this is I mean, like, so what we're doing right now is metacognition, right? We're thinking about thinking, which is I love
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
It's so weird because it's like we are such irrational beings. Like, and
Right.
people will like make serious decisions based on these feelings that are not universal. Like, like even just like how people, maybe people are like, you know, lucky number 7 or like 13's unlucky. So buildings don't have a 13th floor. Try
Right.
explaining that to the
Or steps.
aliens. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Crazy.
architects avoid 13 steps in a staircase.
Crazy. They're like,
and and like they
they're like, yeah,
still do from what I
they
understand.
do. They
It's
do.
just like
They're like, oh no, we won't touch that. Like, it's like, oops, sorry, these stairs have a trip hazard, but it's no big deal because there's not a 13th stair. We just added a half inch on every stair. Like,
yeah,
that's insane.
that's insane.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah. So the final little game, I guess is what we're calling it. I was hoping to bring Emily in on because it has to do with reading. And so
Oh
when
yeah.
you read,
Voice in my
what do
head.
you
Voice in my
yeah,
head.
what
I
is
hear
it?
myself.
Okay.
It's like when I read the word the, I hear the in my head.
And it's you saying it.
You know, it's funny. I guess I assumed it's me. Yeah. Yeah, it's me. It's as if I'm saying it out loud. It's like I'm narrating it to myself.
Do you do voices like when there's dialogue?
No, because I am a very fast reader
Uh-huh.
and I elide things. Like I will skip over
Uh-huh.
non-essential words and I'm kind of like I actually like sometimes I can hear myself in my head being like if it's like the dog ran down the street, I'm like the dog down the street. Because
Uh-huh.
I know he's running because I saw it, like my brain processed it like a
Uh-huh.
half a second
Uh-huh.
earlier and I'm like delete that. So
Uh-huh.
I know about myself that I read at like a 3 times rate as the average reader.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Und. So I'm very good at reading fast and summarizing. But if you ask me about very like in-depth detail, mm-mm,
Right.
nope,
Yeah.
nope. They're like, oh, and I love the description of that red coat. I'm like, mm. They're like, that's the whole point of that chapter. I
I
was like,
remember
yeah, she had a coat,
she
I
had a
guess.
coat.
Yeah. So there's a definite downside to it, but it's why I was like in
I think
school.
you're closer to how Emily reads.
Okay.
Emily, and she described to me how she learned to read, which is basically just memorizing what the word looks like as opposed to like,
Whoa.
so she started reading at a young age at like 3 or 4. Um, and it had more to do with, I think her mom was reading her books and she was kind of
Yeah.
cluing into
Following
what was being
along.
said on each page. So she was making the connection of the word to the
Image.
picture of the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Um, and so, and I hope I'm getting this right. But now I mean, she reads a million miles a minute.
She's a fast reader.
Um,
Yeah.
and she does not do voices in her head.
No, me
Um,
neither.
me, I think it varies a little bit. I can jump into that way of reading like you're talking. I can't go nearly as fast as you or her,
Yeah.
but I can kind of jump into this like get rid of the visuals. I just need the information kind of
Yeah.
reading, but only with like information heavy kind of stuff, like if I'm reading a
Like
textbook.
textbook.
Uh
Yeah, or like a
uh
manual.
yeah, yep.
Mm.
But
I really struggle with those because you need to, uh, with like a textbook or a user manual, there's not
uh
a lot of wasted word.
right.
Like you kind of have to read every individual word so that you can understand the sequencing and like how they
Well,
relate to each other.
I think what it does for me is it's just cut out all of the fluff and the imagery, right? So
Yeah.
there's like nothing that my brain needs to do. Whereas
Yeah.
when I'm reading like fiction,
Fiction. Yeah.
something that's painting a picture, I'm literally painting that picture in my brain, and I'm
S-
literally watching a movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do
You
you
know?
remember? I remember the like kind of like I guess I would describe it as like heartbreak. When I had been reading the Harry Potter series for, you know, 8, 9 years before I watched the movie. And I have this like visceral memory and feeling of as soon as the movie started and they like panned in on For Privet Drive or whatever, like where Harry Potter grew up, I was like shattered because I my my image and my imagination and
It went
my
away.
version of it went away and I cannot remember it. I
Yeah.
cannot remember what the characters looked like in my own memory, my own imagination. I can't remember I mean, when you're especially describing like magic for kids, like it's such a beautiful thing for your brain to just like
Mm-hmm.
come up
Mm-hmm.
and it's so telling about how your brain works, like how you construct these worlds. And then the movie version supplants it. And you're like, oh, I just remember
Yeah. And
feeling so
sometimes the
let down.
movie, yeah, and sometimes the movie doesn't even follow the true
Mm-hmm.
descriptions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like that's not even fair.
Yeah, like
Um,
Hermione's hair was way too tame.
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Project Hail Mary, I definitely Grace was definitely Ryan Gosling in my head because I had already seen previews and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but like Rocky's spacecraft and
Yeah.
even Rocky himself,
Yeah.
um, it was pretty close
Interesting.
to what he looked like, except like the center body
His
of
body.
him
Yeah.
was like
Bigger.
more on top of his legs than it was in the movie.
So you wanted to be more crabby, not
Yeah,
more
yeah,
upright. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so, but like the coloring and the texture and all that
Yeah.
was what I envisioned because I hadn't seen him before. Um, and then his spacecraft to me didn't even follow what the book said. But I've only seen one image of it, so I'm wondering if maybe I just need to
We
see it
don't
again.
even really see his spacecraft. We
Okay.
see like a passageway to his spacecraft and then like auxiliary building that he does to like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exist in Grace's space. So it's like, yeah, I don't maybe I think that's how I understood it. Like we see like a tunnel to Rocky's spacecraft. It looks like a cave.
Yeah. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
what it's like when I watch
So
the movie, how close.
I'm very curious about like Gestalt
Mhm.
learning. Do you understand it?
Gestalt is actually a design principle.
That's right. But there's also like just Gestalt meaning
Yeah, I
like
mean, it's not,
totality.
it doesn't, there's a
Yeah.
reason why it's a design principle because it's something more than that.
So it's like so this is just a from a literacy and Gestalt processing institute. Some Gestalt learning processors appear to read using whole word approach. Instead of decoding words sound by sound, they learn words as complete units and gradually build a large bank of recognizable words. Although this path may look different from traditional phonics instruction, it's still reading. So it was like at first like, but it, because our traditional school structure prioritizes phonics as, breaking the smaller parts down so you can then piece it back together. The Gestalt principle is like, it's just as valid to see it as a whole and start like
Hmm.
piecing those wholes together in like sentences rather than breaking it down into like much, much smaller pieces. But it causes a lot of consternation at first if your child isn't reading in that like
Right.
phonic style,
Right.
because it takes them a little bit longer to do that, but to do it in the Gestalt principle.
It's funny. Jeremiah has just started reading this year, and just up until recently, like last couple of weeks, he's really started reading to where he's like hit this milestone of like just being able to read based on the context of what he's reading.
Oh, wow.
So he's sounding stuff out less now
Interesting.
because of what the sentence is leading to that word. So if it's a bigger word, if he has enough of the sentence, he's able to just kind of fill in the
Get it?
blank.
Is that Gestalt?
I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Okay, let's pause. Would you say that it might be time for Frivia?
Did you
Friend
do one?
trivia. Oh, yeah.
Because I did one too.
You asked me to do it,
I did?
and then, yeah, you were like,
No,
I'll
we were
come
going to
up
have
with the
Emily on.
topics. No. Oh my God, look back at the receipts. We were like, we were going to ask her on to do topic questions, which was like our little games about how the
Hmm.
brain brains.
Okay,
And then
let's
you were
do
like, okay,
trivia. I'm
you come up
sorry.
with Frivia. Eric, it's like you can't do all the work. You have to leave some for me. I'm asking you questions that I think we have almost the same answer on.
Okay,
So we'll
let's
see.
do
So
it.
this is lightning round. Don't
Mhm.
think too long.
Okay,
There might be some that I ask you to dig in on a little, or we'll just move on. Ready?
I'm
Okay,
ready.
Eric. How long does it take you to get ready?
A half an hour.
Okay. What is the music you're picking when you need a little pick me up in the car?
Pop?
Ooh, okay.
Pick
Um,
me up? Yeah,
yeah, like you're
pop
just like, I
or
need to like feel it.
uh so I have this playlist. I call it Bangers.
Okay.
But it's all kinds of music. One that I've been listening to a lot lately for that pick me up, like if I'm
Yeah.
getting too tired.
Yeah.
It's a specific song. It's Hit Me Baby One More Time,
Britney
but
Spears.
it's Jack Black's cover
Oh, I love that.
that he did for Kung Fu Panda.
Cool.
It's good.
Cool. Um, this week I was like weirdly listening to, so this is Celine Dion so that I could listen to that one that's like, baby, 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 when you touch me like this. Yeah, that one. I'd like have been like jamming out to. Weird. Okay. Okay, your standard uniform. Like what do you put on when you're just like, I just need to feel good and comfortable?
A pair of slacks, sneakers, a t-shirt, and then like a second layer. I need a layer to feel
You
like I
need a
look good.
security blanket. Yep.
And then probably a hat, like yours.
Yeah. Okay, and
Basically,
my
all
outfit.
lesbian dresses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can confirm. Okay, and last but certainly not least, sweet or savory for breakfast?
Savory.
I know. I know.
Definitely savory every time.
Yep.
Like if I had the choice between, we're out to dinner, we finish dinner, and everyone's like, "You want to do dessert?" And I would
Give me another
probably
slice of
say
pizza.
no.
Yeah.
I will take another steak, thank you.
Yeah, me too. Same.
Yeah,
Always.
every time.
Yep. And similarly, you got home, you had some leftovers, some steak left over, some cold pizza in the morning when I wake up. Do not offer me a scone. Don't give me a muffin.
No,
I
no.
want dinner for breakfast always.
Old slice of pizza.
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
put that steak in my eggs.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. Well, I'd like to, I guess I want to say we, with the exception of the music, which is highly subjective, 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're right
Makes
on line.
sense.
Yeah.
We align on a lot of things. I think that
I
was clear
know.
last episode too.
I know. I wanted to keep the
Pineapple on
good times rolling.
pizza. Yeah.
Yep. Do you want to
Let me
do
ask
your
you.
trivia? Yeah.
I don't need to do them all, but let me ask you a
Yeah.
couple of them.
I'm ready.
If you could know one absolute truth about reality, would you want to know it?
An absolute truth. I want to say yes because I actually think that the true absolute truth is that there is no absolute truth. So it's like, if I could know that for sure, it's like, there's actually no answer. I'm like, cool. Because that's where I've landed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard to say. It's like there's something about the mystery that keeps me like feeling alive.
Yeah,
I
and
think
little.
and if that's
Appropriately little.
gone, is it
Yeah.
spoiled?
Well, it's
is
kind of
there a
like, do
reason
you
to
want to
live?
know when you're going to die? Like, not really.
Yeah.
I don't really want to know that.
Yeah. Okay. If numbers have personalities, which number is most likely to ghost you?
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Would you rather read minds or know how people misunderstood what you said?
I would rather know how people misunderstood what I said. I don't want to read minds. That'd be insane. That would be like an endless TikTok feed that
That's
you could
accursed.
never. Yeah, you're just like, like maybe fun for like 11 seconds, and then you're like, God, it's scary out there.
Yep. Yeah. I did not need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think that concludes our weekly trivia game.
I like it was weekly
Friendship
when we
trivia.
remember.
Trivia. Yeah, when we remember.
Right. Should we splash down?
Yeah, sure.
Did you watch The Strangers?
No. We ended up watching Get Out.
Wow. And?
Yeah. It was good. I think I knew too much about it already.
Yeah.
But
sorry. That was a very Eric. Actually. Yeah.
This came through.
Just really
Just came through
funny.
funny. Kermit the Frog here.
Actually.
Actually, it's called. Honestly, I'm just really kind of loving life. Like the sky is blue and it's warm out, and I can hear the
weather is
birds.
turning. Yeah.
And it's like I'm reading this book, and I'm just like, we are all connected.
Yeah.
Just
I love it.
So close to everything.
Well, and my partner just got 2 job offers, and like they're like that's more money and stability. And I'm like, we went for a dog walk yesterday, and it was sunny, and we got coffee, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So
similarly, Emily got more hours at the library, which is going to be huge.
That's amazing.
And so she was really thrilled about that.
Huge because that like fills her cup, not because the library is paying her mad dollars.
Honestly,
dang,
they're paying her better than the hospital, I believe.
Shut the front door.
And for the kind of work she does at the hospital, she's like, if I can get out, that's where
Less
I'm going to go.
For sure.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Emily is an LNA. She's
of poop.
the janitor of nurses, essentially.
Yeah. A lot more than that, technically, but in practicality,
yes,
it ends up being.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. With 2 minutes to spare, let's go. Nice job.
Okay.
If you could just take some mental notes about the competition, things you love about it, things that blow your mind, I would love to maybe kick off our next session hearing a little more about this.
Maybe for our next splashdown.
Yeah. Or our next friendly banter at the beginning, which we have to plan in, or else.
We also,
actually, yeah.
See you later.
Thanks for being here.
You got it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.